I'm going to explain how to deal with a Google Ads account suspension for unpaid balance. And my name is John from StubGroup. We are a Google Premier partner, and we have helped thousands of businesses fix Google suspensions and comply with Google policies. So let's dig in. If you have the red bar of death in your account that says you have an unpaid balance and Google isn't allowing you to run ads because of that, there could be a couple things going on. The first most common thing is related to that actual Google Ads account itself, and that you just have an unpaid balance that you haven't paid yet. The obvious thing is go and pay it, but you're probably watching this because there's some kind of a complication. So I'll get into those complications. But the first thing to check, make sure you're doing your due diligence, is go to your payment method and try to pay that balance off. If you have a credit card in the account, try to make a payment. If it's been declined, add a new credit card, etc. If you have a bank account connected to the account and you're using that to pay, then click the button to pay via that. And if you are set up on invoicing with Google, what might be going on is that they haven't received or correctly attributed a payment that you wired to them to the account. And if that's the case, you'll need to reach out to their billing team if you have actually sent the payment and try and figure out why it's not being applied to your account. And of course, if you haven't sent the payment, then you need to send the payment. So I'm going to assume, though, that you've already gone through the obvious things and none of those are what's going on, and you've got a more complicated situation. So the next most complicated situation we see is that the unpaid balance is not actually related to the ad account that you're logged into, but to a different ad account that's using the same payment method with Google. So you might have multiple ad accounts that are connected to the same payment profile, or maybe the same credit card, something like that. And there might be an unpaid balance in this account. For example, it could be an account you didn't know existed. It could be an old account you forgot about. It could be something that someone else at your company set up and you don't realize existed, but it has the same payment information and there's an unpaid balance there. And Google is saying, hey, hold up, we need you to pay us for this account before we let you accrue more charges in your current account. And so what you need to do is detective work to try and nail down where this other account is. You might think it's as easy as reaching out to Google and saying, hey, where's my other account? Often it isn't. The best option is to start digging through your inboxes, talking to people, looking for account IDs, looking for where this other account might be. And sometimes by communicating with Google, you can get some more information, but don't count on that too much. So those are the most common situations that cause unpaid balance. But sometimes, especially when you're paying Google via invoicing, things can get pretty complicated and confusing. So for example, you might see a message up at the top along with the unpaid balance notification saying something about needing to contact credit@google.com. And that's most likely only going to be the case, again, if you have actual invoicing terms set up with Google. And what we often find happen there is you have to start to get into a lot of back and forth with Google. And it takes a lot of communication to try and figure out what the problem is. Sometimes there are other issues that are impacting the unpaid balance, other suspension issues that are maybe then preventing Google from applying payments to your account. A lot of weird stuff that we've seen in this space. But in our experience, the best thing to do is to dive into it, dig into it. We have a framework of different types of problems that we've seen that can cause some of those weirder issues with credit@google.com and stuff like that. But every situation tends to be unique. There's different nuances. And so it's really, again, detective work and being really detail oriented and going step by step to figure out what's going on, and then communicating with Google in a professional way, a comprehensive way, explaining what's going on, pushing back when they say they don't know what's going on, holding their feet to the fire a little bit. And that's where we generally see success in fixing these unpaid balance suspensions. So if you need help with a suspension yourself, or just you want some help running Google Ads profitably, we'd love to help. Reach out through StubGroup.com and let's talk.